Hello, everyone. This is Shannon, and we are back for episode 206 of the Our Nerd Adventures podcast. This week is another throwback to one of our holiday season themed episodes. This one is from last year, the creative holiday budgeting. We think it's a really great episode. It helps us to be reminded. We thought that it would be helpful for you as you're maneuvering through this holiday season. I hope that you are content and moving through it with ease and peace for you and your family. We hope that you enjoy this episode, and thanks as always for tuning in. Jerry and I, even though we live a minimalist lifestyle, I think the holidays bring forth a lot of fears when it comes to money, or if you're someone who really, and we're not downing this, but really participates in the materialism part, consumerism part of the holidays. You may be feeling anxious about money because, you feel obligated to buy gifts. It's a time of year where I think there is a lot of holiday stress anyway, which, by the way, I think last year, probably around this time, it was episode 104. We're going to link to it in the show notes. We did a podcast about surviving the holidays.
We did. Mm-hmm.
And the stress that kind of comes around that. But I don't think it's really abnormal to say that a lot of people just generally have a lot of anxiety and stress around the holidays involving numerous things, right?
I think so. I think it's a lot of things. I think everybody knows that. Everybody feels it to an extent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what we thought we would do, and again, this is, if you're a longtime listener, it's no surprise to you that I definitely have a lot of fear and anxiety when it comes to money. And we've talked about it on numerous episodes. I sort of obsess over it, not in a way that I need to have more and more and more. I obsess just over just the stress of it. I give it too much power, I think, in our lives. But we thought, with the holiday season coming up, what better way to feel a little bit better about that than sort of controlling it and managing that stress that comes around money.
Good point. Well, what you can.
That's right. We thought what we would do is go through some holiday budgeting tips.
Yep.
And some of these are things that we use. Some of these, what we tried to do was sort of pretend like we were in our former lifestyle where we where we did buy gifts for people, where we had, parties and gift exchanges and all that stuff. But these are good budgeting tips for people who don't even have to live a minimalist lifestyle like we do.
Yeah, what we'd like to get across here is to stop using credit cards and go into holiday debt. Yeah, that's just going to cause you trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your holiday stress is going to go way beyond the holidays when you do that.
That's probably the peak time when people get into credit card trouble.
Yeah. So we're just going to go through each of these tips. Hopefully they're helpful to you. We guarantee at least one of these, if you implement it, is going to make your holidays a lot less stressful. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't have to try to grasp the whole thing, but I would say just if you take one, start small, like we do with everything.
Yeah. Well, do you want to get started with the first one or shall I?
Well, I'll start out.
Okay.
We've done this, create a no gift policy.
A no gift policy is huge.
Yeah, that is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people really love that part of the holiday season, but I think what we think is the time and energy you spend up in the fighting with the crowds to shop for these gifts really takes away from a lot of the things that are really great about the holiday season.
Not only that, but speaking for myself, I feel like in the past when we did buy gifts for everyone in our family and friends, I felt like I was just literally checking the box, checking the list. Okay, I've got something for Jane. I've got something for Sally.
Yeah.
I've got something for John. And it didn't even matter so much what it was. Like, as long as we just have a gift for them to open, we're okay.
Right,
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just so stressful because I definitely wasn't someone who, thought about these things year round. It was literally sometimes in November.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I need to, or I was out on Black Friday trying to get whatever sales I could get. But I think, and honestly, we did this before we even made our big lifestyle change back in 2017. We just told our family and friends, okay, we're either going to do where we draw names or we're not doing gifts anymore.
Right.
And it was just so much better. And I'll tell you this, lots of times if you're the one who suggests it, most people are thankful that you did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That we have found that. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really kind of caught on, I think, around our family a little bit. We started that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But if you heard this, you're like, forget this, Shannon and Jerry. I am still doing gifts. Move on. Okay, well, we'll move on. So
We
let's go
will.
ahead and talk about the second tip is to create a holiday budget.
Yep.
Now, just like anything, setting a clear budget based on your current financial goals, your financial situation is so much better than leading blind, just going into it blind. You may find out that holy crap, I am spending, if you look at the year before, oh my gosh, I spent hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars on gifts. I need to set a clear budget. So
Yeah.
let's just say, for example, you're buying gifts for everybody and you're like, I have a budget of $500
Uh-huh.
for the holidays. Okay, well, now you go through your list and you try to figure out your budget off of the person or off of the event or whatever. But I'm telling you, you're just going to find this to be so much better than dipping into your savings or taking out loans to pay for holiday expenses. You know, our credit union and other banks too, not just the credit union, but I know it because we bank with a credit union,
Yeah.
offers personal loans just for the holidays. It's a great marketing tool.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's not worth going into that debt.
Oh my God, no.
And it just causes more stress. And we're
Yeah.
saying this based off of experience.
Yep. Yeah.
It is just insane when I think about the amount of money we used to spend over the holidays, and then you're fighting with the debt the rest of the year.
Oh yeah. It never worth it. No.
No. And if you even go into it like, to me it's sort of and not to compare, I'm speaking from my own experience here. When I was sort of starting my healthy lifestyle, my wellness journey, I had to at least gain control of what I was doing, right? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I need to track, what am I eating in a day? How much exercise am I getting in a day?
Yeah.
What are the nutrients? Am I getting enough protein? Once I started tracking that was half the battle. It's just assessing what my current situation is.
Yeah.
So the same thing with your holiday budget, track your expenses.
Mm-hmm.
If you see what expenses you have, what is left, you're going to be more successful in sticking to your budget.
That's right. I wonder how much credit card percent, what percentage of credit card problems really start with holiday shopping? I bet it's a big one.
I might have to do some digging after this, and
Yeah.
I'll include it in the show notes.
Okay.
So also, before we move to the next one, we have a weekly financial meeting, and we have a tool for that. We talked about this on a podcast, and that will be linked in the show notes as well. It's just a basic weekly meeting, sort of blank agenda that you can use to have either with yourself or your partner, like we do.
Moving right along, y'all. You want to list and prioritize as far as people you want to buy for and how much you want to spend. That'll eliminate like spontaneous buying of things that are beyond your budget. So you make a list of the people you want to buy for, so you don't walk into a store and just start randomly buying for this, that, or the other. But
Yeah.
you want to set people, and you want to know what you're spending on them, and that'll help a lot.
Yeah, there are some people I know who will go into a store and see things that are on sale. And actually, this person's not in our life anymore, which I guess kind of says a lot.
Yeah.
But this person would go into a store and see something on sale, would have no idea who she needed to buy gifts for, and she would buy 10 to 20 of them. Because she would say, well, I don't know who I need to buy for, but
Yeah.
I'll have these just in case.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
First of all, don't ever give me a gift that you had to buy 10 or 20 just to give me a gift.
Right.
I don't want that anyway.
It's not too personalized.
It's not personalized at all.
No.
But yeah, if you do make the list, you might realize, oh yeah, my neighbor down the street doesn't need a gift or expect a gift from me.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if you want to do something and make something for your neighbor up the street, that's fine. Like, we're all about creating consumable item, like baking some items and giving it as a good neighbor gesture. But you don't need to buy a bunch of gifts because you need, do you have business associates who are expecting gifts? Probably not, but maybe you do. So create that plan. You're going to feel a lot better about it. If you've ever dreamed of starting your own blog like Arner Adventures or turning your passion into a profitable online platform, I've got something that's going to help you hit the ground running. Introducing the Ultimate Resource Guide for Starting Your Blog, written by me, Shannon Arner from Arner Adventures. This guide lays out exactly how I went from coastal minimalist to a successful blogger with over 200,000 monthly views. Inside, you'll find everything I learned along the way, from finding your blogging niche, building a digital home for your content, to mastering SEO and building a community. And yes, I'm spilling the beans on how my blog became my main source of income. With tools, tips, and the best tactics to monetize and scale, this guide has exactly what you're going to need to make your blog a revenue-generating adventure. And here's the best part. I want this journey to be accessible to everyone, which is why this comprehensive guide is available for just $5.99. $5.99. You cannot beat that. Packed with value, yet budget friendly, it's the perfect starting point for anyone looking to launch their blog without breaking the bank. Here's what you're going to learn. My journey from burnout to a bold new chapter, tips for curating content and attracting traffic, how to make that money, honey, because yes, you can make a living doing what you love by blogging. Plus, the crucial legal and financial tips to help keep everything legit and growing. Because we believe in giving back here at Arner Adventures, a portion of every purchase supports incredible mental health advocacy groups. So are you ready to take the leap and start your blogging journey? Visit the Mindful Wear shop on arneradventures.com to get your copy of the Ultimate Resource Guide for Starting Your Blog for just $5.99. Let's get you from dreamer to doer, Arner Adventure style. Probably my favorite, and this is how we eased our way into not doing the gift so much with a lot of people. When we first did this, I would probably say it might have been 2015 or 2016. We decided that with our family, our immediate family, we would draw a name and then the gift had to be DIY. So this one is DIY gifts. Get creative with handmade gifts. So you can create, baked goods like we do. Personalized crafts and ornament. We have a minimalist Christmas gift guide that includes suggestions in this area. It'll be linked down in the show notes. People appreciate when you have them in mind to create something for them.
We've had a good time with this in the past before making things, and I think we got a lot of value out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you would get creative and create like music.
Yeah, I did.
And then I remember I created made them out of wine corks, like a cork board for my stepsister. Yeah, I just think someone, knitted something for another person in our family. Oh, remember the year that you got the kit to make your own beer?
Yes.
I mean, that was really cool.
That was cool.
I think that those gifts are just so nice, so thoughtful. I drew someone's name who traveled for work weekly, and I made her own personalized luggage tag. It's so much more thought goes into it, and it's just so nice. There's a million different things you could do. I think when some people think about DIY gifts, they're like, oh my God, are they going to make me a frame out of macaroni? We're not talking about that. It's really about the thought that goes into it. It could be a plant that you have propagated. Again, our minimalist Christmas gift guide has a ton of ideas for you if you want to go that route.
Oh yeah, and there's all kind of ways you can go with that.
Yeah.
Moving right along, as we say, gift experiences. That's a kind of a neat one, and we've been gifted some experience things.
Yeah.
You could do a horseback ride for somebody, or anything. Oh gosh, the list is endless. I don't even know where to go with that.
Well, we so conveniently, Jer, we have a holiday gifting guide that talks about how to gift without the stuff.
Yeah.
And it's so much better and here's the thing, we haven't one time talked about, spending a ton of money. The great thing about experiences is you can have a big budget or you can have a small budget. And this is for kids too. We actually recently asked our nieces to create an experience gifts for kids gift guide. That's also linked in the show notes, written for kids by kids. And they listed some things. Some of them are spending money on the experiences. Some of them aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And we just asked them, please be honest with what you would be okay with receiving.
Yeah.
So I know some of you out there are going to be like, a couple things. Well, that doesn't pertain to kids. They always want all the stuff. Well, we asked them and they didn't. We don't have kids, so we didn't want to act like we're going to make a list of being experts.
Yeah.
So we asked them, can you help us create this? So we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, we sometimes the experiences can be like, hey, I'm going to come and create an opportunity for you to get out without, on your own or without the kids. I'm going to take care of the kids. It can be things like that
yeah.
is spending your time instead of the material item.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great idea. And like I said, we've been on the receiving end of a few of those too, and they've been pretty neat.
Oh, so much better than a tangible gift, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
The next one that we wanted to make sure was a tip, but a point, not just on gifting, but decor and everything, is thrift store shopping. Now, if you go to a thrift store right about now, we're mid-October when this drops, or Goodwill or anything, you're going to find that there are a lot of holiday decor items that people have donated in the past. They start getting this stuff out about now because they're like, even if they got it donated last year, received it last year, they're getting it out because they want you to be interested in it.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need a lot of decorations, and nothing wrong with that, go and do that. Instead of buying new inflatable Santas or, the plastic elves or whatever that are on your lawn, go to your thrift store and buy it that someone else decided they didn't want anymore. You're keeping keeping new stuff out of the landfill. You're not perpetuating that cycle of all of that crap being created all the time. The other thing is you can do this for your gifts. So online secondhand stores like Poshmark, we've talked about before, that we never buy clothes for ourselves in stores. Like we always, if we do sell a lot of the things we don't wear anymore on Poshmark, we create that allotted amount that stays on Poshmark. And then if we need something, we spend it on Poshmark.
Yeah.
So we're just creating that cycle of not having to buy new things that just end up going to the landfill at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more budget friendly to buy gifts this way, decorations. And while we're on it, although it's not thrift store shopping, you can use fruit or edible items as decor. Apples and oranges. That's how they did it back in I'm trying to think. I remember I've been on historic tours with my mom and they always have like wreaths made of fruit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was maybe the early 1900s, late 1800s, but.
Oh, I would say anytime back then. Yeah. Not too far back in history. It's just that people don't really do it anymore. So you think it's ancient. But,
but we love it. I mean, there's so many things that you can do buying secondhand or using live, edible, consumable items for decoration.
Yeah, yeah. I like this one a lot. Moving along, vintage and upcycled gifts, repurpose items, giving old things a new life. What are your favorite examples of that?
Well, my favorite example is the propagating of plants. I do this year round. So I will propagate a plant. For example, a friend of mine just moved into a new home.
Yeah.
And I propagated part of my monstera for her. And then I gave her a mason jar with the plant that was already sort of starting to root.
Yeah.
And it's a nice way of passing along a plant that I had to her, right? I like that. I like, Southern Oak Artisan, the soy candles that we use.
Yeah.
They're nice gifts on their own.
Oh, yeah.
But what's nice is that you can reuse that jar that it comes in. I suggested this one time, I think last year. I thought it was such a great idea. We have a friend who bought a couple of the candles. She enjoyed the candles. And then the way that these Southern Oak Artisan soy candles burn, you have an empty jar at the end. So she cleaned it. And then she made a little basket for someone and put a bottle of wine with the two jars as these two little glasses. And I think she put some snacks in it too. But I thought that was a great way to upcycle the candle jars that she had.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
it's like the idea of it. It's just right down my alley.
Okay, so the next one, this comes up a lot because people get together to usually dine, to feast on food around the holidays, but this one is potluck celebrations. I don't know about you all, but it seems like in our families in the past, it was that 1 to 2 people were really responsible for cooking everything and feeding everybody.
Yeah.
What we do now and what we think is such a great idea is to organize potluck gatherings. So everyone contributes a dish. It reduces the meal cost for the person who mainly has to spearhead all this. You wouldn't believe how much money everyone is going to save by going this route. It can also be instead of gifts. So you can get together with your family and say, okay, there's 10 to 20 of us, sometimes more.
Yeah.
Instead of us all just pushing money around and buying these 20 gifts for everybody, let's everyone create their favorite dish and bring it to share so that, not the expenses aren't falling on one person and you're reducing money because that is your contribution to the holidays and you enjoy the time spent with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Split the duties and the cost. It is a gift in itself to do this.
Yeah, that's right. It takes a lot of the weight off that one particular person. And he's kind of, in a way, run together. You're making better memories when you have less stress on you. And so we like the idea of making memories over material goods.
Which is our next point.
Yeah. So good segue, huh? So yeah, focus on experiences with your family and friends instead of material gifts. I think those are things that'll stick in your head or in your memory more so than a material thing that you'll probably get rid of in the next year anyway.
Yeah.
The memories wouldn't necessarily be like going out shopping together. They would be probably your Christmas Eve gatherings, your Christmas morning gatherings, stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
I remember, now that you said this, when I was little, we would go to my grandparents' house on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Of course, we all opened the gifts. Do I remember a single gift that I opened during that massive gift opening thing? Chaos? No. What I remember is that there were several Christmas Eves where my papa would, first of all, he'd knock on the wall and pretend like Santa was knocking and we needed to hurry. And like, he probably was shoving us out. But
right.
I remember he would do that. And then he would say, oh, we need to jump into the car and go look at Christmas lights. And we would, all of us, it was like a caravan, would get into the car and we would go. And there was a few families in Raleigh that at that time were all on the same street. And so everybody just rode to that street to look at Christmas lights. I remember that more than anything else that I remember as a child. And I loved it.
That's neat. Yeah.
I loved it. So yeah, create new memories. I'm also going to tell you, I was part of the crew that on Black Friday would get up early with some of my family members and we would create that tradition. It was so stressful.
Yeah.
As much as we planned it and we'd get up and do all these things, it was so stressful. And so now I'm glad that I don't do that anymore and that there are new memories, like you said.
I'm glad you don't do that anymore too.
Okay, this one I love. Be selective about gift exchanges. Okay. I was involved in let's just say a group of people last year who the week before decided, oh, we're going to do a gift exchange.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to draw a name. We're going to do a gift exchange. I said, well, count me out of it. Like, I'm not doing that. You guys are great, but I'm not doing that. Right. We're already going to get together and have this big meal.
Yeah.
I am not going to participate. So when you're doing it, they freaked out. They were freaking out because they were like, oh no, you're going to be there and you're not going to have a gift to open. I said, I am completely fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't need a gift to open.
Right.
This was not in my budgeted plan. And not only that, I wasn't trying to be a Scrooge. If I'm going to buy something for someone, it's not going to be a group of just people. Some of them I hardly knew. Some of them I knew well.
Yeah.
I was not going to then spend my money in a gift exchange I didn't even want to be a part of.
Right.
So you have to just say no.
Yeah.
Did any of them, freak out at the event or anything? No. And I'll tell you something else. When I got there, 2 more people had decided they weren't going to do it.
Oh, so you were a good influence.
Yes, or not only an influence, but giving the courage for someone not to be the first person. They might go, I don't have another $20.
Yeah.
I don't have another $50. I don't have the time to go get gifts. I got to worry about my kids. I got to worry about my bills. Whatever the person's situation was, they then felt the courage to say, no, I'm not going to participate in it.
Right.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
When those people were doing their little gift exchange, me and the other 2 people were having a cocktail going, we were having mimosas, actually. It was a brunch. But it was like, we're going to come over here and just watch you guys exchange the stuff that you don't even really want anyway.
That's right.
Very
nice.
Set your boundaries.
I hope that was a pretty good overview for everybody. Whatever works for you, I'd say pick and choose out of that group of things. Just consider some way of holiday budgeting this year.
Just picking one of them, like you said, it will no doubt reduce the stress.
Yeah.
And just remember, no one ever says, I wish I would have spent more money this holiday season.
Right.
I don't know anybody that ever says that. If you are one of those people, send us a DM or an email or something. I would love to know that you felt guilt and shame about not spending more money.
Right.
I want to know if that is accurate.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. And I'm also going to say that more guilt and shame, my hand is up because I've been there, goes into the fact that you're in debt or that you spent as much money as you did on the holidays.
I think so. And I think it seems like everybody I've ever known or been aware of has a really tight budget in January because they went over in December.
That's right. And I think about too, and we've talked about this before, that we used to have these big Christmas parties.
Yeah.
It makes no sense now. I remember the list of the things to get ready for it. And not only was it super stressful getting ready for it.
Yeah.
It was also a lot of money.
It was.
And I go, why did we do that?
Yeah. And there were some good memories created there. I did enjoy them, but it was probably not worth those memories created because of the expense.
I know the memories you're talking about.
Yeah.
And how about just calling that person and saying, I haven't seen or talked to you in a long time. Let's get together and go have some beers. Or let's get together and go have a meal.
Yeah.
Or getting together with a smaller group of people. That what I did love about those is we did reach out to people who sometimes we hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, we're having this party. And then it refueled some relationships that
it did. Yeah.
that we're thankful for now. But it could have been done in different ways.
Yeah.
And I do remember that maybe the last year we had it, maybe the year before that, I don't remember. I remember kind of dreading that year. Like, oh my God, we don't have the money or the time to be spending on this.
Yeah.
But now we're obligated because people expect it.
Because they expected it. Yeah.
And guess what happened the following year when we sold everything and didn't? Nobody said, oh my God, are you not having your party?
Right.
Nobody.
Right. Yeah.
It was okay. So let's easily go in and out of this holiday season with a holiday budget, with a plan. We guarantee you that the season is going to be more joyous, less stressful.
Yep.
You're going to enjoy it so much more. We already know that the holidays do come with a bit of sadness because there's a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thoughts going back to these, holidays in the past. But I will tell you that Jerry and I enjoy the holidays so much more because we don't surround them with all of the things.
Right.
Yeah. I love the memories that we have now with the holidays.
I do too.
Yeah. So we hope that you consider creative holiday budgeting this year. Pick and choose one or more of these to use and let us know how it goes.
If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye.